I took this problem from the practice MCA test. It says a rhombus is shown up on top, right? This rhombus is shown, and on the left side it says 75 degrees. And then they use that rhombus and they repeat it 3 times to make a design. So what we have to do is we have to figure out what is the angle measurement right here. And it seems really tricky at first, but let's put in some information that we know. Make it this again a little bit skinnier. I see that the left corner of this rhombus is 75 degrees. We haven't talked a lot about rhombuses this year, so let's think back to things we might have learned in elementary school. Here's a picture of a rhombus, and what makes a rhombus is that it has equal sides. I'm gonna put this picture in, yeah, there we go. It has equal sides that are, the opposite sides are equal. Let's see if that's big enough. So this bottom side has an equal length to the top side. And this left side has an equal length to the right side. So that's the first thing, right? It has equal opposite sides and they're parallel. We talked about this again. All right, so this top and this bottom kind of looks like an equal sign, right? And it's the same thing on the sides. If you kept these lines going forever, they would never ever touch, right? So they're parallel. But here's the part that's really interesting. It has equal opposite angles, right? So you might notice in this bottom left-hand corner, there's just this one little line. And in this top right-hand corner, there's just one little line. So what that means is if the top corner is, I don't know, I'm just making up a number, 68 degrees, then this bottom corner is also 68 degrees, right? It doesn't really matter what the number is. I just made that one up. But the opposite corners have equal measure. That also means that if you looked at this bottom right hand, oh, you see how it's got 2 lines? This is a way that we just say what goes together, what is congruent. And this top left corner has 2 lines. That means they're equal. Those are obtuse, so I don't know, we'll call this one 110 degrees. Again, I'm just making up these numbers. Then this bottom one is 110 degrees. So this is the property of rhombuses that we really, really, really need to know. Opposite corners are equal in measure. If that is true, how do I get rid of this? Done? I'll just delete it, right? If that is true, then when we look at this work, if this corner here is 75 degrees, then this corner here is also 75 degrees. Opposite corners are equivalent. They're equal, 75 degrees. And then you can probably see that here is our half circle. And we know a half circle has 180 degrees. And we know one of those parts, the red part, when we put this into our calculator, we will get the yellow part that's left over. So here we go, 180 minus 75 equals 105 degrees. So the answer to this problem is 105 degrees. 105 degrees.